have the opportunity to make a young, talented player like this a superstar. Working chest up a little bit right there. He really is. He has the pedigree. You should see how tough this guy is on the golf course. Frank has done an incredible job to shorten his backswing. You know, we talked about that before, and you can give him a little bit of feedback on how it's not as easy as just saying shorten it, is it?
Yeah, it's when you're saying short, it's not just your hands are doing short. It's like you're using your core, like trying to like take the club in your hand to make it short, not like short. It's like just using your hand short. But I was kind of doing, you know, like just lifting it up, like just that's too high and not using my core. And now I lowered my backswing, and now it's just using my core and using my backswing.
And I'm so, dude, you're the man, by the way. I'm so happy he just said that. Think what he just said. Frank actually just gave you the best lesson of the day. That did not come from me. This guy just gave you the best lesson of the day. When you are shortening your swing, you're not shortening it with your arms just being shorter. We're shortening it with our body turning our arms to a shorter position. So when he said he's using his core to move his arms to a spot, I love that. No matter if it's a 30-yard shot, a 40-yard shot, or a 100-yard shot, okay, 30 or 40 might be right there, but my chest is still facing my hands. I've still turned it, and that's what Frank was saying. So what's helped him shorten his swing is not just saying that it should be shorter. It's shortening it the right way. And the right way is making sure the hands simply just don't pass the body's center, and that the rotation and the turn are moving the arms and hands back and forth. That's fantastic. I'm really glad that you said that, buddy. How many people go like this, where they shorten their swing, and their chest is facing here, but their arms are shortened right here, but they're pinned behind, and they lost the connection with their body and hands. And a lot of people on these off-speed shots, these shorter ones, that's where they get in trouble. Arms just pass the center and then try to catch back up. This guy's doing a fantastic job of using the core and then using the core and rotating again around that lead leg, which is that post. That's the simplicity at which we're trying to feel this. Love that. Man, we got the shot tracer on those, and you just brought up something that is going to help our viewers. And that's something that every one of our viewers should be rehearsing in the house. When you're turning, you keep the hands with that turn, and we've done this before. You keep the hand right here. You just don't let the hands pass that center. Wonderful way to shorten your swing, to feel like the body's doing it. Big body turn, short connected arm swing. Chest up a little bit right there. Stay right there. All right, now get down. There we go. There we go. Stay right there. Perfect, Frank. That's where you need to be. Guys, notice hips over ankles, shoulders past toes, armpits right over the balls of the feet. It's perfect, ready to go there. How pretty is that? How silky is that? Gorgeous. So this is Frank going up to the top. Hits every one of our checkpoints right here. Look at that lead arm right on that shoulder plane. Club face matching that lead arm. Now this is really cool. Frank used to really back out of it. Not only did you back up from the face-on view, but you back out of it here and look at, dude, you're doing such a better job of maintaining that spine angle. Look at that club just crawling right down on top of the ball. Beautiful, dude. What a gorgeous golf swing. Oh, man. That is just so good.
That's going to be so pretty.
That's going to be so pretty on the tracer, huh? We've worked hard on making sure that that golf swing's shorter, like we said, so that we can more cleanly rotate around our left side. For a long time, long, lifted, would transition a little steep, and then we'd back up to shallow that club out. That was our move, right? So now we're getting to be more connected, more rotational. It's good. It's awesome, buddy. You're doing a great job. Your swing looks beautiful today. He's a gamer. I know he'd show up for the YouTube video as soon as he saw the cameras come out and he got mic'd up. Guy hasn't missed a shot. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. That's fun. I like looking back there when I look at Dad, and Dad's looking at the ball fight and he's smiling. You know, that's super cool. So if Frank was, I always say this is a way to gauge ball position. 7-iron should be, if middle is where the wedges are, if left shoulder is where the driver should be, we're pretty much splitting the difference, right?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe just a little bit towards the center, but it should be 1.5 inches ahead of center, basically. So you can use that club as a gauge for that. So when he holds it perpendicular to him, like I preach my players to do, and not, at an angle when they start, that angle either tells you the ball is too far back or your hands are pushed too far forward. So a lot of times what's nice is we tell our players, get that shaft running right down the middle here, and I can move my feet over progressively. Okay, and you can see I can just widen my stance, and I know my ball position's a little ahead of center. So for a wedge, I'd start dead center like that, and there I go. But for 7-iron, maybe I want to line that ball up right there, a little ahead of center. So the guys, when they're on the range, going through this process, we're helping them use this club, their own club, as a visual of where the exact ball or the ball is exactly in the, according to the middle of their stance. Nice swing, buddy. I still want to see less press forward with the club. Because because here's the thing: when the ball is too far centered,
So when you go back,
and I think when you look at yourself in the face-on view and you see too much of a forward press and the club's over here, well, the ball's back in the middle and your hands are way ahead. So if the ball was forward a little bit and your hands are more centered, the club wouldn't be that pressed forward. A lot of players who struggle with an inside takeaway, watch to make sure that you don't have too much forward press. When you have that forward press, it just breaks that club away like this for a lot of players. Now, Frank's been taught to do otherwise. He's been really taught to keep the club out in front of his hands and make sure he has good control of it. But for a lot of players, we see that. We see the big press forward, and it just immediately breaks away this way, right inside. So it's something to look for. If you're looking at making sure your takeaway goes straight back, it's a lot easier when that club is perpendicular to you. These are good swings, buddy. Really good swings. Very nice. Wow. Piece of advice for a lot of the parents out there of these young guys who are just growing up so fast. When you have a player like this who swings it as well as he does, you need to, I tell his dad all the time, they need to be getting fit regularly. We're looking at, every 6 months, maybe even sometimes more at this age, because they're just constantly growing. So it's important to keep the clubs moving at the length that they need. A lot of times these shorter irons look like kids' clubs in their hands because they've shot up 2-3 inches. Same length they once had just doesn't make sense anymore. Lie angles change. And then they get stronger, and the flexibility of the shaft needs to change sometimes. So he's right at that age now, 13, 14, 15, where it's going to be, pretty consistently looking at his equipment and making sure it's on point. Because one thing I've learned is it's amazing how a club that's not fitted correctly can negatively affect a golf swing. Or even not even just a swing, but it can, with a good swing, negatively affect a shot.